Okay, we're live now here on my Instagram, and tell the children why we're here.
We're here for this partnership, Staples for Students, that's sitting on top of Donors Choose, which is the...
I mean, it sounds like very complicated. At the end of the day, you started a really cool organization called Donors Choose, right?
That's right.
And you are a teacher.
That's right.
And can you just tell them simply what Donors Choose does?
It's this place where anybody can help a classroom in need.
And teachers can actually go to Donors Choose, and you can say, oh, I need paper, pencils, like whatever you need for the classroom. And how it traditionally is done is like teachers have to pay for their own school supplies, right?
That's right. You're saying it best. And there are 76,000 of these classroom requests on our site right now. So there are probably, is a teacher's request, a few blocks away from where anyone is standing right now.
So what's cool is like Staples is taking those requests from local communities, and in your local Staples, you could actually go in, buy something back to school at Staples, and you can be connected to schools locally that are in need. You can help them, and then Staples will match your donation. That's pretty cool.
That's it right there.
Okay, so we're going to do a chat properly on Facebook and all the things, but I just wanted to give everyone a little snippet of what's happening here on my Instagram. So thank you. Donors Choose, check it out, and then, guys, I'm going to give someone else the camera. And now we're going to start the real.
You guys want to let us slate first, and then we'll cue you? I'm going to slate, yeah. Cool. You going to counter it?
Sometimes I wear high-waisted jeans, and it's just like,
Peace.
feels a little tight.
Andrew. Sound speeding, sir?
It's fine when you wake up, but then post-lunch.
It's like, oh my God, what did I do?
Go ahead, slate.
Alba best interview, take one.
Blow it up.
So here we are in New York City. Are we live?
No. Can you count
We're
down,
still
please?
live. We're still live on my Instagram.
Yeah, you guys will let me know when we're
There's
actually
only 13
taping.
Andrew.
million people.
Andrew,
over
you'll count them
there.
in?
Don't worry
Yes,
about
okay.
it.
Yes. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, I am Jillian Quint from Pure Wow, and I am thrilled to have the chance to sit down with the amazing Jessica Alba and Charles Best, who is the CEO of Donors Choose, which is this fantastic crowdfunding platform that essentially connects schools in need with donors who want to help provide essential items like paper, art supplies, sports equipment. Did I explain that right, Charles?
That's perfect. You got it.
So like all the things that kids will need in the classroom to thrive, that teachers know personally what their students need, right?
So teachers put these requests up themselves, and then anybody can donate. That's how it works?
That's right. Public school teachers all over America create these classroom requests, and then you can search those requests by your hometown or a topic you're passionate about or your favorite author and choose the project. That's right.
I always put in zip code.
And I've actually donated to one of these before.
Thank
so
you.
I know that you also can, as a parent at one of these schools, you can sort of solicit people to help donate to a really important cause.
You can. Our specialty is teachers in low-income communities who may not have students with parents with money to spare, but really our site is used by teachers everywhere.
That's so great. And the two of you have actually teamed up with Staples for Students this year for a really awesome sweepstakes. Can you guys tell me a little bit more about that?
Take it away.
Okay. So basically, Staples is going to choose a lucky winner who's going to get a $50,000 scholarship, and then 4 more lucky winners that are going to get $25,000 scholarships. And it's all done through staplesforstudents.org. And they're working with Donors Choose as well. So when you go into your local Staples, you could actually help teachers and students locally that may need certain things to get by. We all know that schools are underfunded in a lot of underserved communities, and they need those basic essentials for their kids to have an equal opportunity to learn and thrive as kids, and they still have their dreams that need to be fulfilled, and Staples is here to make sure that happens. And I love that you founded this really coming from a genuine place as a teacher, right?
That's right. Yep. I was a history teacher at a high school up in the Bronx, and my colleagues and I were spending our own money on school supplies and then talking about books that we wanted our students to read and art supplies we needed for an art project, and I just figured there were people out there who'd help teachers like us and students like ours if they could see where their money was going.
And it's so tangible. I feel like there's a lot of giving that doesn't feel as tangible, but to actually know, you feel a connection to the teacher, to the school, and what their request is. It's fantastic, and you have a real personal relationship with the teachers. I just think I've been a fan of your site before I even met you.
Thank you.
And got to know you, but I'm really happy that Staples has partnered with you and just brought so much awareness to such an important cause.
That's thrilling to hear that. Thank you.
What are some of the most requested items that teachers request?
So many books and art supplies and notebooks and pen pads and field trips and robotics
Oh, you
kits.
can do field trips.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yes. We see a real increase in projects where teachers want their kids to be able to be active while they're sitting, wobble stools, exercise balls. We saw a project that might have appealed to you from a teacher who wanted her students to be able to make soap without any chemicals. So there really is a range of projects.
Natural chemicals.
That's so
it's
cool.
really cool, and I think being able to take your kids to back to school shopping. It's a big milestone every year because they're going into that next grade, and you talk about your dreams and hopes for that year, and you're getting your kids ready, and to be able to have a give back component and give them a life lesson that not everyone has the same opportunities or has access to the same things, and this just sheds light on a real human thing to want to give back and help your brother and sister out.
Absolutely, and we talk about it so much during the holidays, but back to school is another time to really think about it as well, so that makes a lot of sense.
100%.
Let's talk about back to school for a minute. You have 3. How do you handle back to school time? Is it insane in your house?
Back to school's fun. It's actually nice because we don't have to feel like the kids need to be entertained during the day, during the summer. We know they're going to go off to school for many hours. It's exciting because we get to talk about what, my older one is going into 5th grade, like what does 5th grade mean to her, and like what does she want to accomplish this year, and for my 1st grader who's going into 2nd grade, what does she want to get out of 2nd grade, and some of those milestones that they want to accomplish for themselves on their, reading levels, in their robotics class or math skills or whatever that is, and to be able to allow them or empower them to shop for things that they feel good about and they feel connected to. They have all the opinions at age 10 and 7, and so what's great about Staples is they have a variety of different, sort of more trendy items that kids can kind of display their personality and their choices, and I think that's really cool too.
That's great. Any advice for a child who might be kind of nervous about a new school year?
Advice about kids who might be... I went to like 11 different schools until I was 13. So I went to all the schools and I was always the new kid, and it always sucked being the new kid and not having friends. And I always had a tummy ache the first week of school. It wasn't just the first day. And what got me through it? I don't really know. I don't think I really got through it very well. My dad would walk me to my classroom, and that was even worse. It made it more embarrassing. My dad walked me all the way to the classroom. I don't know what you can possibly do to prepare a kid for a new school other than tell them that they won't be kids forever, and this is just a time in their life, and they must do well in school, and to be grateful that they get the opportunity to go to school. That's what I try to talk to my girls about. There are lots of girls in the world who don't even get to go to school, and so how lucky are they that they get to go and learn? And so that's really cool.
That's terrific. And Charles, you're a parent as well?
Yes, of 2.
Congrats. An important reader question. Do you let your kids pick out their own outfits on the first day of school?
Ish.
Our 2 go to a school where they have uniforms, so we don't have to
You're so
wrestle with that.
lucky. You're so lucky. That's amazing.
That makes it easy.
I wish we did uniforms. Yeah, mine, I'm within reason. They can't do gymnastics outfits. We're not doing pajamas. Fantasy.
You have some rules.
Fantasy dress up. Not so much. Even though I know some parents allow their kids to do all of that, I'm not that mom.
And maybe this is just me, but literally getting my kids to put on their shoes and leave the house is a battle every morning.
Well,
How do you...
brushing teeth and tying shoes. I'm like, you're acting like this hasn't been your thing every day of your life since you were 4. And every day it's a struggle. I don't know why.
So no advice, just power through, just tell them they have to keep brushing their teeth.
They have to brush their teeth. I'm like, you're going to have stank breath and no one's going to want to talk to you. So, like, how could you do that to your teacher? It's rude.
Fair enough. And just to get back to the idea of crowdfunding again, it's really interesting how crowdfunding has changed the way we think about giving. How do you think this sort of new era of donation differs from kind of the bake sales of yore?
Well, 10 years ago, someone with only $1 to spare or $10 to spare didn't have a place where they could see needs and pick one that spoke to them personally and have the joy of giving. It used to be just kind of millionaire benefactors who could pick a project and really get feedback on how the project went and see where their money was going, and now anybody can. So I think that's the biggest sort of possibility, and it means that people from all over the country can actually connect with classrooms in the low-income neighborhood in their own community, or with a classroom all across the country around a shared affinity, whether that's your favorite author or the sport you played in high school or the hobby that you're pursuing.
That's great. And if there was one lesson you could sort of impart to your own children at the beginning of the school year, what would it be?
Have fun and soak it in. I mean, I try to get my kids to live in the moment and to have the best time they can possibly have that day, every day. And every day they can kind of reinvent themselves. Whatever happened yesterday is in the past, and let's talk about what you're going to do today, and you have a fresh start every day.
That's great advice. Charles, anything to add?
Work hard, be nice.
Love it.
Oh yeah, they need to have nice manners, 100%.
And don't wear your gymnastics outfit. Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth, yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for speaking with me. This is such a great sweepstakes and a great organization, and we're thrilled to be part of it.
Thank you. We're so excited to talk about Staples for Students and hope folks will go to the store so they can help a nearby classroom.
Yep. All right, thanks guys. Bye everyone.
Okay. Good to. We're clear from Facebook.
Great. Oh, it's such a cool program. I
Thank
love
you.
it. Yeah, it sounds